princesses! Today I'm going to be doing a room tour. I have no idea why you guys want to know what my room looks like. I think it's pretty boring, but I do enjoy watching other people's room tours. You guys have also asked me to show you how I store my makeup and skincare, so that is all included in the room tour, of course. So let's get right into it. So just inside my room I have like my little skincare setup. So on here of course I have all of the skincare that I use on a daily basis. So you've got toner, ampoule, another ampoule, an emulsion, sunscreen, and there are also a lot more of the bigger things inside the drawer as well. I also have things like Revitalash, a bunch of perfumes, and all of the jewellery that I wear on a day-to-day basis as well, so it's a lot easier to pick up. This is a graduation present, so it's got the little graduation cap and it's got a little master's hood on. I also have hanging jewellery storage, so I've got a lot of the necklaces that I wear quite often, as well as the sunglasses that I pick up to wear, as well as bracelets and watches and hair accessories. So everything is balanced on a drawer set from the warehouse, which sucks because it doesn't actually stay together properly, so you can see that it's too wide and the drawers don't actually stay together, which is really annoying. The top drawer is what I'm going to show you, which has got my extra skincare and sunglasses and a lighter for my candles. This whole little square is for samples, and so I have a lot of samples and a lip balm. It's pretty much overflowing. So I've got some of my favorite things in here and some things that aren't so good. I love my Vanilla Co honey cream, but I do not love the essence oil, so I think I'm probably going to be getting rid of that one. This whole thing obviously needs a clean out, so I think I might do a video where I actually clean out my drawers as well and show you guys how I decide what to keep and what to give away. But this is just the drawer where I keep any of the creams and lotions and things like that that go on after cleansing, so I don't have any of my cleansing, skincare or masks or anything in here because those are kept in my bathroom. I also have another set of drawers at the end of my bed, and these ones are pretty boring too. So the top one just has crafts and things like that in it, which is extremely boring. The second drawer has extra files and things that I use for thumbnails, and then the bottom drawer is a little bit more interesting because it has a lot of the hair care products and false eyelashes. I've even got some extensions back here too, which I haven't used in years because I grew my hair out, obviously. In all honesty, I don't actually use pretty much any of these eyelashes because I just don't like using them, but I do have all of my hair care in here as well. So this is the Sebastian hair care that I'm using at the moment, and I know you can't see it because the exposure is way too high, and an Etude House perfumed hair mist, which I don't really use because it's pretty much just a perfume. And I also have my lights that I use in the background, which look kind of funny because they are quite short, but you can't really see the top of them in most videos, so they do the job and they're pretty. Next I just have my cupboard, which is pretty boring. It doesn't really have any beauty things in it, but it does have a lot of shoes and bags. So some of my favorite bags are up the top in storage, and clothes obviously, but then I also have the rest of my shoes and another rack for shoes. Then this is pretty much the interesting stuff. This is where I do my makeup. It's right in front of the window, so I get the best possible lighting, and then I usually just sit on the end of my bed to record the videos. So for my desk, I of course have my ring light set up here, brushes, extra like cotton pads and stuff, mirror, tissues, mouse, and then a computer. And then in the drawers is where I keep a lot of my makeup, so the top drawer is anything that I'm still testing out, so I know to reach for it. The next drawer down usually just has blushes and things in it as well. It is getting really full, and some of the other stuff is coming up, like BB creams and cushions, which should be in the next drawer down. But as you can see, the next drawer down is pretty full at the moment, and yeah, it needs to be gone through. But I've got my beauty blenders, cushion puffs, any compacts, and this whole drawer is pretty much full of foundations. On top of my dresser, I've got my MacBook and a candle at the moment. This is the pine one from Ikoya, and I usually have candles burning when I'm home because I really like them. And then I've also got my lipstick storage, so I've got little Perspex drawers for all of the lipsticks, and I've recently gone through these, so They're pretty cleared out, but they could still use a little bit of destashing, I think. So in the top drawers I have any sort of like long packaged lipsticks and lip glosses because they fit in there better rather than standing in these sorts of storage. And then these are all of the bullet shaped lipsticks that I have. Next up I have some palettes, and I really don't use these very often, so I don't have that many of them, but I have got the MAC Cinderella. This is a custom made Misha compact. I've got Naked 1, Naked 3, and then a Sports Girl palette as well. I get asked about this tower of blushes quite a lot because they're in a lot of photos, and these are all 12 shades of the Etude House Lovely Cookie blushes, except there is one hiding in here because it keeps falling off. And then these two jars are really boring. I pick these up and take them down to my vanity when I'm doing my makeup, so they have everything that I use every day. So I've got all of the liquid liners that I use, mascaras, brow powders, and then just the brushes that I use on a day-to-day basis. And there are surprisingly not very many brushes that I use every day. So I have my face brush, that one sits underneath my eyes, blusher, and then this one has got a brow angled brush on the end. Oh, and there's a cushion puff hiding in here as well that needs to be cleaned. And last but not least, I get asked about this rotating storage all the time as well. This is from Etude House. It's plastic and it's very flimsy actually, but it does work really well for holding a lot of decorative things. So I don't use a lot of the stuff that I have in this storage at the moment, but you can fit a lot in it. So I've got a couple of spare sides at the moment, but I've got a lot of stuff in the top too. A lot of the decorative stuff is from Etude House Etoinette collection. So there's a perfume that I never use because it smells like roses, but it's still really pretty, and the rose shaped blush brush, which is not practical at all, but it's pretty. I have some of the lipsticks at the moment which I'm not sure if I'm going to keep. So there's the Disney ink gel sticks, the Adetum ginger sugar tinted lip balms, as well as the Toussaint spicy blood lip tint things right at the back there. More Etude House powders. These are the two blushes, and then this is from the Dreaming Swan collection as well, and I just have them because they're pretty. I don't really use them very much, as well as this one from the Dare My Blooming Lips Talk. These ones I recently moved from up here because they just don't stack well. So I have the Tear eyeliners, the Dreaming Swan Tear eyeliners, and then behind these ones I've got the Etude House Rosy Tint lips as well. These are just really hard to store because they're very tall and very quite like round on the bottom, so they don't stack well. There is an Etude House All Over powder, which again I don't really use because it's very sparkly and it's not very practical, but it's so pretty, as well as more of the Dreaming Swan lipsticks. On the top I have almost all of the collection of the Etude House Etoinette lipsticks. I'm missing one which bothers me so much. I think it is PK003 that I'm missing. So I am always looking for that lipstick, as well as all of the version 2 lipsticks too. And then all of the Dreaming Swan blushes, which are really pretty and they stack really nicely, which is great. And this Tony Moly lip tint, which is ancient. Yet another of the Etoinette collection. I believe this is the Heart Highlighter, and a perfume that doesn't fit on the other side too. The top is a little bit more interesting. I have the entire collection of the Bunny Gloss sticks, the Disney collection watery tints, which I really like as well. So they're on the top, so they're a lot easier to pick up. There's also the Vera Sim Oops My Lip Tint Pack, and I don't like this shade, so that's going to go because that one looked yellow. These are the Etude House Sweet Recipe Gloss Bars, I think, which I haven't used in about forever because the packaging is really hard to take with you to work. The tops just come off really easily. I have the Tony Moly Panda's Dream Lip Tint Bars. I can't remember what they're called. And then a couple of lip liners which are hard to store, and some of the Etoinette brush set, which again, not that great, very pretty. And this is from the Dreaming Swan, which is actually quite a good brush, but it's just so pretty that I don't want to use it. It's pretty much just going to stay in my vanity looking pretty. And that is what my room looks like. It is pretty small. I do live in a student type sort of area around a university, so it is kind of like a student room, but I still like it all the same. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!